All right, here we go. This one's going to be a 357 SIG test. Today we have some Grizzly ammo to try out. This one is a 90 grain XTP. That's what this one looks like. Definitely looks a little bit more aggressive than your standard XTP. I do have a 90 grain 9mm that we can kind of compare it to, just so you guys can see just your standard XTP round. So you can definitely tell there's a little bit of a difference there. And that one is rated at 1900 feet per second. So it's definitely moving along pretty good. So we're going to see how close we can come to that rated velocity. It does say that that is out of a 5-inch barrel. So we'll see how we do. So we do have our Glock 33 and our Glock 31. That is a 3.42 inch and a 4.5 inch barrel. And we're going to be going through our gel today. That is a 10% block. So we do have our jug backstop just in case we get those pass-throughs, and our 4 layers of cotton t-shirt on the front. So like always, we'll set our chronograph up so we can hopefully get those impact velocities. We'll see how this round does. Here we go. First one up will be that Glock 33. All right, we're stepping back to 15 feet. All right, let's see how we did on that one. So our impact velocity on that was 1696. So that's pretty high for that short barrel. So let's see how we did. I think it was definitely pretty loud. So check out that entry hole. Looks like a pretty good entry hole. You can actually see down in there. Pretty big cavity so far, and we do have a nice star pattern from the outside. So let's check it out from the top. And this one looks like we're able to catch in the block. It was a super shallow penetrator. Looking pretty good so far. So let's see what kind of stretch cavity we got on that. So at our widest point, we are 3 inches from the top. So it looks like we didn't need our jugs today. Looks like that thing pretty much came apart. So let's see. Looks like as soon as it hit, started opening up really nicely. Huge stretch cavity on that one. Didn't really carry through too much. It looks like, let's see, the first 4.5 inches, pretty big stretch cavity, and then it really settled down there. And we only made it, let's see, we made it 7.5 inches in that block. So this is a 13-inch block, so barely over halfway. So let's see from the side what kind of measurements we get. So from here, we're about 3 1/8 inches up to that pedal here on the top. So definitely a pretty nasty wound channel right there, and you can see that round. So what we'll do is we'll set up for that 31 and see how that one does. All right, I'm going to show this track from the top just in case we do kind of collide, or it does stretch over into this cavity, but pretty nasty looking so far. Huge stretch cavity. So let's see what that 31 does. All right, we're stepping back to 15 feet. All right, let's see how we did on that one. So our impact velocity was 839. I did take a shot off camera and we got about 1842, so pretty consistent so far. I'm sorry guys, it's super overcast today. I normally come out at sunrise so we can try to get these tests done and get perfect lighting, but it's very cloudy today, so we might have to come out another time to do this test. We get a little bit better look on those blocks. So let's see how we did on this one. So it doesn't look like we're leaking on this one either, so did not make it through that block. But I don't know if you guys can see that through the camera, but you can see right down in there, it does look like there is some fragments already, but huge star pattern so far, so it's looking really good. So let's check it out from the top. Oh man, check that out. We hardly got any penetration on that. That one looks like it basically just grenaded in there and completely came apart. So let's see if we can get a measurement from the top. Man, that thing completely flattened out. So from our furthest point to where our shrapnel is, we are at 3 3/4 inches. So that is a pretty huge stretch cavity on that. Really, really wide. And let's check it out from the side. Hopefully you guys can see this okay, even though we don't have that sunlight. But it looks like basically as soon as it came in, it literally just exploded. And you can see that round in there. So let's see how far we actually made it. So where that gel's damaged, this one went 5 3/4 inches, so hardly any penetration. To the tip of the bullet, we are at 5 1/4. So that is crazy, and tons of fragments. Like I said, this one basically just came apart. And our widest down here, we are at 3 1/2 inches from the side. So definitely pretty nasty wound channel right there, or what, you know, what we got of that wound channel. Basically just came in and blew up. That thing flattened out really good too. So this time I don't think we're going to be able to pull the round out here at the range, just because how many pieces it's actually in. So I'll probably have to show you guys back at the house when I do the cross section and everything. But so far looks like we got some pretty major damage. So let's check it out one more time from the top. So the one on the right is the 33, the one on the left is the 31. So we got 7 1/2 inches on the 33 and 5 3/4 inches on that 31. So that's very surprising. I guess not so much surprising, but pretty impressive, because we kind of expected shallow penetration because of that speed and the weight of that round. But you can see as soon as it came in, blew up on this one, came through, and there's that round, stopped just short of that block. And here's the 31, same thing, came in and just exploded into tons and tons of pieces. We got some pretty major damage. So maybe I'll try to pull this thing out. Let's see if we can get some pieces at least. All right, I was able to get these things out. So let's check these out. We got some major expansion on these. Crazy. I never knew XTP could expand like this, but this one was the 33 and this one was the 31. Look how crazy that is. Completely flat. I try not to mess our gel up too much to where we can hopefully get some good cross sections later, but check that out. Here is that, let's see if I can hold it right. Here is that 33. Came in and just completely flattened out. There's hardly anything left of that round. Did get a really nice kind of star shape on that. Very good mushrooming, but crazy how far it pushed that bullet. Insane. And then same thing with the 33. Came in and just insane amount of damage, completely flat. That's probably the flattest we've ever seen one of these rounds. I did test some pretty hot 10mm the other day and we came close, but that is insane. And they are pretty sharp too. Let's see if I can hold that one right. But yeah, crazy stuff right there. Got some major damage. So let's check them out one more time from the bottom. Those things are just absolutely flat. Check those rounds out. They were moving pretty fast too, over 1,800 feet per second for that 31, so that's really good. And then from the top one more time, and then like always we'll get our still shots and all that good stuff here at the end. But check that out, pretty crazy stuff. So there was the Glock 33 versus the Glock 31. That was the Grizzly 90 grain XTP. All right, here's that cross section for that 33. And this looks pretty familiar. Looks like our Underwood stuff that we were shooting, that super light for caliber, really tearing that gel up. You can see a bunch of fragments down in there and just destroyed this gel. This one is coming in right at 1700 feet per second, so definitely doing some damage. You got quite a few fragments just right there. I did pull out a few already, but we'll try to get the rest of them after we finish cutting. But check that out. Basically looks like one of those rifle rounds came in and just exploded in there. So let's cut this open. All right, and here's after being cut open. Here is the right side. This top one is the left side. But man, you can really tell how much damage this round is doing. It is crazy. So you can see where it came in, opened up right here, and just basically blew up as a huge stretch cavity throughout this whole little area. Man, it destroyed that gel. You can still see some more fragments down in there. And right there also. But that is some crazy damage to this gel. Was a really light round, but still came in with some major power. And here's that left side. Same thing. You see where it came in. Started opening up. Just really messing this stuff up. Tons of fragments in here too. You can't even really see any cotton t-shirt. Didn't really seem like it drug any in like our normal rounds do, but tons and tons of damage. So it was pretty awesome to see. We didn't get very much penetration, but did a lot of damage in this gel. All right, I wanted to show a little bit different of an angle so you guys can really see what's going on, but major cutting in there. Just destroyed this stuff. Same on this side. That way you can really tell how deep it's going. Pretty impressive. We have on one more side, same thing on this one. Came in and just blew up. But there we go, there was that Glock 33. All right, and here's after pretty much all the fragments that I was able to get out of that gel. Quite a few of them. All right, and here's that cross section for the 31. Forgot to mention on the last one, I did remeasure the from side to side and we're at 3.5 inches. And same thing on this one, from our widest stretch, we're at 3.5 inches. So quite a bit of damage, but same thing like that last one, came in and just really destroyed this gel. You can see tons of fragments in there. It really tore this stuff up. Super impressive. Like I said before, I did test that Underwood 115 grain and 124 grain nozzler, and it kind of did the same thing. Just came in and then just some huge disruption throughout there. Just looks like a rifle round came in and just blew up. And this one had some real shallow penetration on it. We only made it to 5 3/4 inches, so not too much at all. So we're going to cut this open. All right, and here's after cutting it open. This is the right side. This top one is the left side. And it's crazy to see how much damage this round actually did after cutting it. You can really tell. But you can see where it came in and literally just blew that round up. Tons of fragments on this side. A little bit of cotton t-shirt, not too much, but just amazing how much damage that thing did. It was super impressive. Definitely wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of this one. And same thing right there. You can see where it came in. Fragments already. And just a huge stretch cavity. Look at that gel. That is some nasty stuff right there. Same thing right there. Really, really deep cuts. A very impressive one. What this thing actually did. We did have a pretty overcast day, so what I will do is I will retest this one pretty soon so we can get some better lighting on those shots. So hopefully we can see a little bit better, but had to get this one done so you guys can see what's going on. But there we go. There was that Glock 31. I did want to show it from this angle too, so you guys get a little bit better idea what's going on, but same thing, huge deep cuts in there. Massive damage. Same thing on this side. This gel's barely holding on. Really deep stuff, and tons of pieces of jacket and everything else left in there. But pretty impressive on that 90 grain. And here's all the fragments I was able to collect from that 31. Ton of them. There was from that 33, that 31, bunch more pieces. So I'll get all the pictures here at the end.